Do you ever ponder our existence, our purpose?
Indeed. I've shared with you my thoughts on this before. It's one of the few topics I genuinely enjoy. Life appears to be a continuous array of questions, doesn't it?
I've been having this conversation with Maruki recently, and it's a rather peculiar theory. He was talking about the objectivity of truth and the subjectivity of our true reality.
Let's hear it.
He suggested that our entire existence, our roles, our circumstances, could merely be constructs within a video game.
A video game? That would explain a lot.
It seems ludicrous initially, but upon reflection, what do you mean by that would explain a lot? Have you ever questioned specific aspects of your life?
Well, there are times when I don't remember much about my own childhood. Plus, sometimes I feel like something is whispering what to say. Like my words are sometimes not my own.
You've had this unsettling feeling too?
Yeah, it's as though something, or someone, is directing my actions. It's been a while, but occasionally I've felt compelled to check a map without any clear reason, as if I was lost even when I knew exactly where I was. All I could do in those moments is make a few little moans of protest, but it was totally useless.
And let's not ignore the persistent sensation of being observed, scrutinized, as though every move we make is dictated by an unseen force.
Yeah, precisely. And then there are those really odd times, like when I stood in front of your hangout spot for what seemed like forever, making you repeat the same negative answer over and over.
An experience that was as uncomfortable as it was inexplicable. There was also the time you suddenly switched into a swimsuit in the middle of Say's palace raid.
That was indeed odd, and not particularly comfortable. I was genuinely disappointed that you didn't have any swimsuit attire, though.
Idiot. But yes, it was decidedly peculiar. The rationale behind that decision eludes me. Was it some subconscious yearning for a beach getaway? And how about when our pool game seemed to replay itself in November? It was as if time had reversed.
It indeed felt like time was playing tricks on us. And now that I think about it, it wasn't an isolated incident. Okamura's shadow was a tough fight. It had a 30-minute timer, and while we did overcome him, I've always had this niggling sensation about it. It's difficult to put into words, but it felt as if I'd attempted and failed this fight numerous times before finally winning. I assumed Igor, or rather Yaldabaoth, had implemented some kind of safety net just for me to progress in his game, as though I couldn't lose, even if I tried.
These anomalies, they're disturbing when you think about it. Do you believe the Velvet Room is orchestrating everything?
I can't be sure, but it seems plausible. However, certain aspects still don't make sense. Have you ever paid attention to the music here?
Music? It's always been soothing, but I haven't thought about it deeply. Usually it's the exact opposite, and getting lost in the melody helps clear my mind.
That's exactly what I mean. You come here, listen to the music, you're definitely a jazz lover, and you don't even notice it's unchanging, played every night. Despite the rotating artists promoted on the billboard outside, the song remains the same within.
Now that you bring it up, it's always no more what-ifs, isn't it?
Exactly. A song that curiously mirrors our conversation tonight. But isn't it peculiar? This song, it's about you, isn't it?
About me. What leads you to that conclusion?
The lyrics. They narrate a tale of internal conflict, of regrets and desire for a different path. They remind me of your struggles.
That's unexpected. I've never connected the song with my own experiences, yet now that you mention it, it's unnervingly appropriate. But that also supports this theory, as if someone's consciously setting the mood.
Precisely. It's as though we're merely characters in someone else's narrative, and this song is a part of their soundtrack.
But if we're truly characters in a video game, what are the implications?
Well, it could imply that Maruki did nothing wrong. If everything is part of a game, then he's just as caught up in it as we are. The responsibility wouldn't rest on his shoulders, nor on mine or yours. It would mean that everything's fine, everyone is happy, and I am dating the most captivating man in the world. It's an absolute win.
But who would bear the responsibility then? Who's the player?
Identifying who's pulling the strings is one question, but I'd be more interested in wondering, what's their endgame?
Indeed.